Okay, you think Joel Embiid can last? Do you think the mental health of the Nets can last with Kyrie? That's the question.
You guys are just taking this for granted, and you're acting like they have what it takes to outlast one of these big teams in a 7-game series.
You can have Kyrie to just be a free radical. Just go score points, hit 37 points, 1 point under Durant last night.
I totally agree. Mahomes is going to be the new GOAT. It's a question of when, though.
Let's go.
Back to being mad at the Bills?
I'll post-edit it on YouTube after the fact.
We don't have to post it, man. That's the beauty of it. It's
Yeah.
just we're human.
It
We
doesn't
don't
matter.
need all the sparkles, the glitz, and the glamour. We got each other and we make money. So boom.
Guys, this Bills and Steelers game, did it sway you anyway? Did you say like, hey, I should be worried that the Bills are not at the level that they were in the year past, or did it sway you the other way and say like, hey, maybe we should take the Steelers seriously?
Hard to tell. Week 1, in my opinion, just knocking the rust off. Bills will get there. Maybe the Bills had, Bills had that, in my opinion. Sometimes when you have expectations at a certain length,
Right.
expectations so high,
Yeah.
that it's hard to live up to. And maybe that's what the Bills are going through.
It could be.
What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, but
lost that game.
I kind of agree, and I kind of disagree. I mean, yes, once there's this expectation, you've set the bar on what people expect from you, and you don't pull it off, then there's a lot of questions involved. But I mean, you could probably also say that there's kind of the same thing for the Steelers too. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Steelers aren't a phenomenal team, but they're not a bad team either, right? So there's probably that expectation that they're at least going to put up a good fight against the Bills, which obviously they did. But again, it's week 1, man. You can't judge the entire fucking season just by week 1. It could have just been a fluke for all we fucking know.
This is true. Well, that was our recap of week 1. Jeremy will be back later in the show, and he'll definitely be there to brag about his Cowboys. That's a perfect segue into, I think we give Billy from Oklahoma a call, and let's talk to her about her Cowboys and what happened. Billy was a little off. Let's call her, and let's see what happens here. This is where I need the imaging, but I don't have it yet because my producer / buddy Tim has been working like a madman, but concert season is winding down, so it should be. Let's see.
Yeah, I figured you would have found something by now.
By the way, our production crew is so good. Like our planning for this is Billy has no idea we're calling her. We just call her every week. So
I love that.
Here we go.
Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Billy. So can we talk about what happened last week?
We can.
So I feel like it was a moral victory for the Cowboys. You had them getting beat by 10, but turns out it was a lot closer and high scoring game than we all thought.
Well, I agree. And it's one of those times I can honestly say I've never been so pleased to be so wrong about something because, yeah, we missed prediction, but the Cowboys as a whole played so much better than I or anybody else I think expected. So all in all, yeah, I missed the pick, but I'm really pleased that the Cowboys, with the exception of our kicker, played so well.
Well, you don't have to explain that to me. I'm a Bears fan, so I get the love and the misery just fine. Like it makes sense to me. Sometimes when you're wrong, it feels really good.
Well, like I said, the good news is they played really well. The bad news is everybody else in their division did too. So
Right.
It may be challenging in our division this year, but we will see.
Well, that gets us into this week, and I'd like to talk about this week's game. Now, Dallas is the underdog. They are at the I really wanted to say San Diego Chargers there. It still gets me. They're at the Los Angeles Chargers. The Cowboys are plus 3.5. The total is 55.5. So my question to you is, Billy, one, what's your pick? And two, are you concerned with all the injuries that the Cowboys seem to be packing on all of a sudden?
Well, my pick, I'm going to go with the Cowboys, and I'm going to go with the Cowboys in spite of the injuries. I think there's some positive things going on as opposed to all the negatives. I think it's going to be high scoring, but I think it's going to be a nail biter. I think it's going to be close. I think I'd like to see them play Elliott more this week. The Chargers seem to have some difficulty defending against the run last week, so I think that might play in our favor. Michael Gallup is out for 3 weeks with a calf injury, but we've got a lot of depth in that position, so that doesn't really concern me as much as it might otherwise. And then we've got the one that really hurts is Demarcus Lawrence. That's painful because he's just a person you can't replace, and he's going to be out, for quite a while with a broken foot. But to kind of make up for Sterlinger's less than stellar performance last week, Dallas did sign Lirum Hashrulahu. There's a mouthful.
Yeah, right. I'm glad you went for that. I was just quiet. I was sitting back off that one.
Hashrulahu, I think is how it's pronounced. And so they've signed him to the practice squad. So if Sterling can't, get it together this week, we do have that to fall back on. And also on the upside, I think Micah Parsons performed really well, and I think he's just going to get better, barring any injury. So, in spite of all those concerns, I still pick Dallas over the Chargers, and I'm going to say 33-30.
Oh, I love the score prediction on the end of that. Just a little icing on, little cherry on top of the cake.
That's daring, isn't it?
It's daring. I like it though. Real quick, Billy, I know we don't talk totals much, but after seeing the offensive power that the Cowboys have, and I felt like they did trick us a little bit there with Zeke's injury. I feel like it wasn't our Dak's injury. They really talked it up in the media, but he looked damn good to me. They have the total at 55.5 points. I kind of was leaning the over. I wanted to kind of get your opinion on that.
I agree. I think it's going to be a high score because they're both teams are so strong offensively that it's going to be up to the defense to prove us wrong. And I think defense on Chargers couldn't defend against Sun. We've got some injuries on our side, so I'm going to say over.
I love it because I picked the over too. That's why.
Great minds think alike.
Let's hope. I mean, last week, I wish Jeremy was here. Jeremy's not here, but he's a huge Cowboys fan too, and he actually took the over last week and parlayed it with the Cowboys plus 8.5. And I didn't see it coming. I don't think anyone did, but that was a heck of a game.
Yeah, I don't. And all the looking that I did, I didn't see anybody go that direction, and least of all expect it to be close. And I hate to pin it all on the kicker, but
Greg the leg,
but he did miss three kicks. I mean, you got one job, man. Come on.
Yeah, well, that's exactly how I see it. You have one job and you miss, 2 field goals and an extra point. It's like, so. Anyway, that's last week and onward and upward, and like I said, at least we have some depth in that position now, so perhaps we won't fall into that.
All right. Well, Billy, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you on. Your insight is very much needed on this podcast.
Well, I'd like to lean towards Dallas, but I think I'm also enough of a realist to look at the whole thing. But so there you have it.
Well, I like it. I actually like the pick. I like because maybe the Chargers won by a field goal, plus 3.5 still hits. So I do like that pick a lot. I like the offense that the Cowboys show. So again, Billy, thank you as always. We really appreciate your insight. Hopefully we can get you back to even. Right now 0-1, but I have faith that the 1-1 will be next week.
That's what we're pulling for.
All right, Billy. Thank you as always.
Thanks, Tyler. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, you heard it there. I mean, the woman knows her stuff. I love talking to her. It's always great. She's such a sweet woman, and then she just hits you with the facts.
I'd like to hear what she has to think about other teams and other games, because I'm willing to bet that it's not just the Cowboys, but who knows?
Yeah, and that's my fault. Like, if you guys ever want to get in there on that, I know I kind of drive it, but free. Like, I'm sorry that I up to any of you guys, and I do apologize for that. I was kind of just going on that one.
Sorry about my dog.
Oh, that's fine. In the corner here, getting his itched, so it's all good. So let's start with the Cowboys game. We'll get Jeremy's thoughts on it later. We started there. Jay, you're a big Cowboys fan. How do you see this? Do you agree with Billy? You go in a different direction?
I agree with Billy in that it's going to be a high-scoring game because I think that the Chargers' defense isn't as good. I think the Cowboys are still going to come out and they're going to put points up, right? I see a high-scoring game in this one. I see the Cowboys are plus 3.5, and I like that too.
Yeah. So you thinking about doubling up?
I am thinking about. But here's the thing: what if Dallas really gets after Herbert? I am. What if Dallas? Like, I can see Dallas scoring a lot of points, but what if Dallas really gets after Herbert?
I don't see that. I'm going to be honest. I see the points. The 3.5. That I lean that way. Like, if I have to choose the spread, but I love the over at 55.5. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I hate to be that person, we need different opinions, and that's a fact. But as much as I hate to be that person, I got to ride with Billy, and I got to ride with both of you guys on this. I love the fucking over on it. It is going to be a high-scoring game.
I like the plot twist there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, the whole point of this is to get differing opinions, but I think we're all in agreement on this. Cowboys plus 3.5, over at 55.5.
Okay.
I mean, I love it.
Not?
Yeah.
We are. I'm not going to take the plus 3.5. If I had to choose, I would, but I love the over. That's my opinion. I love that over. So let's go through all the games now. I know we went a little out of order, but it's always nice to give Billy a call, and it's always a treat up front. So this is live. If you're watching live, you're going to get our opinions on this game right now. It's coming up tonight. If you are not on YouTube and you are listening to the pod right now, follow us on YouTube. We do live. As my dog tries to eat something, give me a second.
Just be sure to join in on the YouTube live, and 5 minutes after we start, after we get this whole technical issue figured out, we'll get it figured out.
Yeah, no,
grace period.
And honestly, it comes through on YouTube. Like, if you listen back to the podcast, I don't edit, and everything's fine. So I don't know why it does that through Zoom. It just does. But the game we are talking about, fellas, let's get into it now. New York Giants at Washington football team. I love this game.
You do. You love this game. You love this game?
I love this game. I have a lot of different bets on it, and we'll talk about it. I love this game. Well,
let me check in with you, because is Giants plus 3.5 one of them?
It's not.
It's not. I don't know where to go with this. I looked at this and I said, I don't know. Look at them. I mean, Washington's got injuries, but they're in Washington. Washington's defense is great. Daniel Jones has not looked convincing. He doesn't look great to me. We're already a few years in, and I think it's time to pull the plug on the Daniel Jones project. I mean,
I kind of feel the same way. Like, when I first looked at it, it was one of those games where it was like, I don't think I want to touch this at all. But after the performance that Washington put on in week one, again, week one, can't really judge a lot from it, but they could probably pull off that 3.5 against the Giants.
Yeah.
I don't like the over under. I don't even want to touch that. What are your thoughts on that?
The total's 40.5. I agree with you. I don't like that at all. I am big into other bets though. I put a bet on DraftKings today. You can bet Taylor Heineke and Daniel Jones both to go over 25 yards rushing. That's plus 350. I gobbled that up. I absolutely love that. I'll tell you what else I love. Daniel Jones, turnover machine. This Washington defense is pretty damn good. It's supposed to be top 5 this year, and I can see them being top 5 this year. With that being said, Daniel Jones loves a turnover. I bought a point back. I went Washington minus 2.5. I bought a point back. I don't like the 3.5. I think they can cover that, but I want to be sure. So I bought back to the 2.5, minus 2.5 Washington. I think Washington runs away with this. I honestly do.
Really?
I don't see it being that close. I'm with Jay. It's guys, it's too early for Saquon Barkley. We don't know who he is. We don't know what he is. He's coming off an ACL injury, and it's only week 2, and he has to play this defense. And I'll tell you right now, I can see Chase Young getting a strip sack. I can see Daniel Jones fumbling the ball. So I love this game. I bet it quite a bit. So there you go. That's my thoughts on it. I'm with Eric though, not touching the total.
Are you touching any player props like pass completions over under 25 and 21.5 for Daniel Jones?
No, I didn't touch that. I touched the only ones I did was that special players parlay. That's all that I did. So I have to let my dog out because he's going nuts. I will throw it to you guys to talk about this game. Raiders at Pittsburgh is the next game on the slate.
Oof.
Raiders plus 5.5. The total is 46.5. You guys take it away. I'll be right back.
So Eric, looking at this game, looking at the way the Raiders played against the Ravens, I got to be honest with you. Like the first half, I was watching this game and I wasn't entirely convinced about the Raiders, and it really felt like they just pulled some magic out of a hat at the end. Did I have them to win? Yes, but that's not what I predicted when I was like looking at that matchup last week on the pod. I said I thought they were going to come out and they were just going to win straight up, like they were going to be convincing throughout the game. What we saw was a little bit different, right? I don't know how you feel. But are you convinced that the Raiders are a contender, or you think they're going to be maybe like a 7-win team? I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I didn't catch the Raiders Steelers game. How did they even end up? Let's see here. They did well against the Ravens. And then we covered that. The Steelers they fucking dominated the Bills, but I don't know. I still kind of feel like that Steelers win against the Bills is just a fluke. And I think it's both teams have a really good defense, in my opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they do. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game.
Do you like the under at 46.5?
Not really.
It feels kind of low. It feels kind of low.
It is low. It is low. I'm not saying that it's going to be like under 46.5 low scoring game, but it's going to be a low scoring game. It's not going to be like 30 this to 33 that, I don't.
All right. Well, let's hold the show. Pause the show for a second. Jeremy has joined. Jeremy,
Hey.
we talked about how to open the show how you and me, we both hit our double locks. Jay hit his single locks. Eric and I feel for Eric. He did get upset with his, but I'll let you have the floor from there.
Ready to roll. Ready to roll. Ready to roll.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Cowboys, baby. Y'all doubted me. Billy doubted me. Eric doubted me.
It's you against the world.
Jay
did.
doubted me.
I did.
I did. I was wrong.
What happened?
Now, we did break down the Cowboys earlier, and I'll just give you a synopsis of what Billy said, not what we said, and see where you go from there.
Hold on. Let's get there. I'm going to go with Billy again. She called Bucks by 10. Chad, Dallas connoisseur of Dallas Sports 101, called Bucks by more than 10. I called Bucks by 3. It was Bucks by 2.
So are you
Wow.
you just really rubbing it in there, aren't you?
Wow. I would do the same though. I would do the same. Like what a call. What a call.
Tip my cap to myself because I know the Cowboys.
It would have been less than that if the kicker actually did his fucking job.
Right? We would have. Well, I was thinking about that, Eric. I don't think it would have worked because what set that up, that missed kick, set up a touchdown. 4 plays later? So we missed 3, but we got 6 out of it because we were right there in the red zone basically after a fumble.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I was thinking about that though. I was like, we could have won, and then I was like, well, but
Well,
okay.
So this game, we called Billy. We talked to her about the game. Dallas has had their injuries. Demarcus Lawrence, Michael Gallup. She still is on Dallas plus 3.5, and she leans the over at 55.5.
Yeah. Ooh, the over too. That's the old Jeremy. The old Dallas to cover with the over. I really like that though. That's gonna be. I think that's gonna hit all day.
Just
what I would like to sprinkle.
Well, hold on. Just to clarify, though, her actual pick was just Dallas plus 3.5. That's her pick. She said she likes the over. So,
that over is gonna fucking smash all day.
That's what I love.
Yeah, no, I think, and I don't know if it's smart, right? I don't know if it's smart to do it or if I'm gonna be jinxing myself and the Cowboys, but I might do the same fucking bet. One thing I might add, because I really liked the targeting and I really liked the production, a little player prep sprinkle. Amari Cooper touchdown.
I like that. That's not bad. I like that a lot, actually. We'll get back to we'll get your prediction on that game when we do know your team. I was on fire with that last week. We'll talk about that coming up. No, well, we'll talk about that now real quick. Last week I hit 3 parlays of my team, and all of them were different. And one of them was just to help Eric. He's like, hey, what do you got? And I said, boom, 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 boom. So the Bears are so fucking predictable, which brings me to the Bears. That's our next game we're going to talk about. Oh, by the way, I'm not touching the Vegas and Steelers game. I'm not doing it. So
no, that's too touchy.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't weigh in on that. So, Cincinnati Bengals, Chicago Bears. Rumor has it, no one knows who's the quarterback going to be. It's already that time.
Really?
Yeah.
Lot of swirling going around. Chris Godwin called, former 49ers, now plays for the Bears, called out Matt Nagy on Twitter. You don't see that much. That was shocking. Look, this game, the line right now is Cincinnati plus 1.5, Bears minus 1.5. Cincinnati to start this was plus 3.5. Yeah. They got bet so much, and I don't blame the people. Chicago, the total is 45.5. I love the under. I just do. I think we suck. I think maybe we score 1 touchdown this game. I just want to break this down real quick, and then I'll go to get your guys' thoughts. They dominated. The Cincinnati Bengals dominated Dalvin Cook. Montgomery is not going to do any better for the Chicago Bears. I'm telling you right now, we ain't played a defense like this yet. If we continue, which we will, to just do, button hooks and comeback routes down the field and little 5-yard slants, we're toast. So let me tell you right now, I love the Bengals at plus 3.5. I don't like them at plus 1.5. But what I will tell you to do is, I'm pretty sure if you go to halves, the first half is where you want this. The Bears are traditionally slow starters. They're absolutely slow. So this is my know your team pick, which I've dominated so far. I'm going to go first half spread, and I'm taking Cincinnati plus 0.5. So even if the game's tied, guess what? You're still winning. So back to you guys.
Where are you seeing those odds? Because right now on one sports book, I'm seeing -2 on the Bears, and then on the other one, I'm seeing -1.5 on the Bears.
I'm on FanDuel, and their point spread is plus 0.5.
Plus 0.5.
Really?
Yeah, if you go to first half.
It's plus 100.
Oh,
odds,
first
too.
half. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Look at those odds, too. Plus 100.
I got minus 110.
Plus 100.
That ain't going to happen.
We locked in earlier, though, Jeremy, at plus.
Yeah, no,
took
it's
that early
plus-
in the week. I have
Cincinnati
minus.
I have Cincinnati. Oh, are you saying the Bengals, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals plus 0.05 is plus 100 odds.
The Cincinnati what?
Bengals.
Bengals. The Bengals.
What do you guys think? Like, I feel like this is a train wreck waiting to happen for the Bears.
Yeah.
I'll let everybody else go before I give my 2 cents.
No, I can see this being the train wreck that happens for the Bears. I can see this being the game that let me just reset. Okay. There's always that game that happens that just brings on the pressure for a quarterback change. There's always that game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's like, it's a part of like the narrative. It's a part of the story that happens over and over again. Every time that there's a young quarterback on the bench, there's always that one game, that starts to run of bad luck. And people will say, well, you look back to the Cincinnati game, you look back to, whatever game it was, right? We should have gotten rid of him then, This is that game, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to play that narrative. I think there's going to be Bears are going to be down by 3 touchdowns in the mid to late third, and they're just going to say, fuck it. Dalton's out.
Yeah.
They're going to put in the rook. He's going to come back to within 2 points. Is my prediction.
Oh,
Wow.
that's ballsy right
Still going to
there.
lose, but it's going to be a great comeback. It is going to be the shift in tide. And then, yeah, I think you're exactly right, though. I think this is the game.
You know what? I don't know about coming back from 3 fucking touchdowns to a 2-point spread, but I do agree with you on the fact that because I watched that game last week that the Bears played, and the thing that frustrated me the most was the fact that the few plays that they actually put Justin Fields in, the kid looked good.
Yeah.
But it's like they've got their lips too glued to Dalton's ass that they're just going to keep him in there. It's like, my gripe was 2-minute warning. You guys are losing by the point, to the point that there's no fucking turning back. You're not coming back from this. Just put the goddamn kid in. Let's see what he can do. You're still going to lose, but at least give him some game time and let's see what the kid can do.
I think it's kind of to that point, though. I think Matt Nagy's protecting him. I think he's breaking him in to taking live snaps. He scored on one of those live snaps. And I think the fans, the players, everybody's going to get on Matt Nagy's back. And hey, I don't care if you think it's right for the kid. It's time. It's time to put him in. So I think that's that's coming on this game.
See, here's what I think about this all honestly. That's why I took the first half, and I don't want to touch anything else. If Fields does come in, I think it's going to, I'm telling you, players get a boost. Players get a boost from a kid who's going to elevate, and there's hope behind that. You know what Andy Dalton is. He's been in the league for too many years. Whereas if Fields makes a mistake, it's like, okay, he made a mistake. We can move on from that. He's young. He's a rookie. Exactly. I think he gives it a boost. So I don't think he comes on until at least the second half unless there's an injury. I don't even think he comes in the second half. I think they let Dalton play the game. Jeremy, you think third?
I said mid to late third. He didn't hear my prediction. Flesh. It's mid to late third. Bears are going to be down by 3 touchdowns. They're going to pull them Put
I heard
Fields
some
in.
of it. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't put the link up for this YouTube channel. So
Whoops.
whoops, and people were hitting up betting boys. I was like, whoopsie.
I don't even remember. Does anyone remember at what point they did put Justin Fields in?
It was
Which
just
one?
every running play.
He had 2 pass completions. One was a shovel pass. One
Yeah,
was
well,
an
yeah,
actual
that's a running play. It was a wildcat formation.
Yeah, and then one was an actual pass for about 8 yards, and then they put him in to run, and he scored a touchdown. So,
I was impressed though, because he was able to get it done when the defense knew, oh, Fields is in, probably going to be a run.
I mean, you got to put a quarterback in there that runs a 4.40. That's fucking insane. So let's get into here's a game that I like a lot is Houston Texans, Cleveland Browns. Cleveland is home minus 12.5. The total is 47.5. How do we feel about this, boys? Jay, what do you think? Jay looked deep in thought there.
Houston plus 12.5.
Whew.
Oh man, no. Cleveland looked really good. And Cleveland's defense is good.
You like how I went to Jay just to put him on the spot? Like he was thinking so hard.
But 12.5 though. I mean,
I'll tell you want to know what I like, honestly? On DraftKings, you can bet touchdowns, and I really like Cleveland over 3.5. 4 touchdowns in the game, Cleveland. I don't know about the spread. Can we talk about this? Let's lump these games can we lump all these games in together? Let's lump them all in together. Everyone was not nodding their head. You're going to get where I'm going here. So you have Houston Texans, Cleveland Browns. Then you have Tampa Bay, Atlanta Falcons. Then you have Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers. This is why I bring all these teams up. Packers minus 11.5. Tampa minus 12.5. And now we have the Browns at minus 12.5.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
All of them can't cover, right? Like spot the rat game. Where is the rat? Because that's what worries me about this game. And that's why I would prefer going with Cleveland over 3.5 touchdowns. And I'll get the odds on that in a second. What do you guys think?
I have to agree with you there. It probably would be a wiser choice to bet on how many touchdowns that team is going to get as opposed to that spread, because that's a fucking insane spread. If I had to take the spread, I'd probably go with the Texans at plus 12.5, but it still looks a little too risky. You'd probably rather just go with game props, player props, something like that instead.
I'll be honest. I'd play the fool. I would go. The Browns look good, man. They put up a fight on KC, and Jacksonville looks like shit.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like the Browns' defense is still really good, and even though like the aging running back core of the Houston Texans look good in the last game, I mean the Browns are for real. They really are.
Yeah.
Are you going to see Mark Ingram do the same thing against the Browns?
I could see them doing 4 touchdowns in a game. Yeah. I could see it. Absolutely.
That's why I went with like team touchdowns, because I just feel like that's where I'm leaning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Houston plus 12.5.
Oh, you want to elaborate there a little bit there, buddy?
Still wants it.
I like it. I think you hit it right on the head. It's the rat. There's a plus 12-point spread is something I'd expect on a game for Kansas City versus the Giants. That's what I expect there. I think Houston showed some life last week, just like the Browns did, mind you. But I think they're not 12-point favorites in my book. 6.5. Give me the hook.
No, I will elaborate. You do have to, for some reason, on those total touchdowns, if you are using DraftKings and doing my bet, you have to parlay it with something else. So I'm kind of out on this game now. I'm out. I don't want to parlay it with anything else. I'm out. Should we move on?
Moving
All right.
along.
Los Angeles Rams at Indianapolis Colts. This game boggles my mind in the aspect of how the fuck do the Colts keep getting these games? That's another early game for a West Coast team to fly into Indiana, who's on Eastern time. That's a 3-hour difference, and they play at 1 o'clock. Again, that's back-to-back weeks. Last week, they played the Seattle Seahawks. Boys, the line is minus 3.5. The total is 47.5. We'll go with you, Jeremy. What are you thinking?
Am I off mute? Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was pulling up our stream. I wanted to see it over here. Very laggy. It's got to be Rams. It's this.
Yeah.
This one isn't the rat. It's got to be Rams minus 3.5. I mean, you were kind of right with Stafford. He got player of the week for everybody's fucking boner list. It's got to be Rams. I kind of like the over. The over looks a little light. Anything under 50, I kind of like on a good team, on a good quarterback team. I kind of like that. That's my input though.
You only got one good quarterback team though there.
Yeah, but I mean he's gonna get his touchdowns. He can probably get more than half of that spread on his own. You just need Indianapolis to get a couple.
I can see it.
So you like the over.
I like the over and I like the Rams.
Eric, what do you think?
I don't like the over under on this game. What I do like though, and to Jeremy's point, the Rams to cover the spread. I mean, to counteract what you were saying just a little while ago, Flesh, about the Colts getting these games where these guys are coming from mountain time to the East Coast, or I wouldn't say the East Coast, but at least like a 3-hour difference or whatever. And the Colts still got their asses stomped in by the Seahawks. And the Rams, they're not a team to fucking snoot at either.
No.
So with the spread being at 3.5, I like that. I really do.
Jay, the tavern in deep thought.
I am. I like the Rams minus 3.5.
I love the Rams minus 3.5. Me and Jeremy did a little parlay. We'll post later on social media. Follow us at Betting with the Boys on wherever you get your social media. We took it down a little bit on to minus 2.5. Listen, I put $100 on Matthew Stafford to win MVP. He went from in 1 week from plus 1,700 to plus 800. I'm riding with the Rams. I absolutely love minus 3.5. The Colts, I don't know if you guys watched Colts last game. They have no offensive line, and they get decimated every time. I think the Rams defense played pretty bad against the Bears compared to who the Bears are offensively. So I feel like this is going to be a big coming out game for the Los Angeles Rams. So I love the Rams, and I'm with Eric. I'm not touching that fucking total. I'm just not.
Nope.
Well, it's
Pussies.
redemption time because no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills minus 3.5 against the Miami Dolphins in Miami. The line and the total is at 47.5. What do we like here?
Oh, come on. Get the fuck out of here. This is easy.
Yeah,
I like it. It's the Buffalo Bills, and I like the over.
All right. Jeremy?
Jay's breaking glass ceilings with that over.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm going over 100%.
I like both.
I like both.
This is starting to sound like, this is going to be an episode where we all just fucking agree with each other. And it's kind of stupid, but yeah, Bills, negative 3.5 on the spread. I honestly, as much as I hate to say it, I'm not really sure how much I feel about the over under, but 47.5, these two teams, yeah, I can see it happening.
I have a sneaky play for this game. I have been waiting for this game. I have brought up the sneakiness. Anytime touchdown scorer in this game, I'm going to give you a winner. Are you ready? At plus 320, Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders to get his first touchdown as a Buffalo Bill. And let me explain. This Miami defense is really good. They're going to be all over Diggs. They're going to be on Cole Beasley. They're going to be on those guys. I think what you're going to see happen is the Emmanuel kind of slips out undetected. And that's my pick for that game. I really, really like it.
So you think it's going to be the unsuspecting target because people like Beasley and the hot dogs are going to be getting double coverage the whole time.
Miami, I forget the other cornerback's name, but they have 2 all-pro cornerbacks, and I think Emmanuel sitting in the slot is going to be vital for this team. And look, I would like to see the Bills under 2.5. I think, remember, it is a division game. I'm not good with totals. I don't want to touch the totals. If I did, I'm with Jeremy and Jay. I'm leaning the over. But for me, just betting that game, I'm just going to rock with Emmanuel for an anytime touchdown at plus 320 as a player prop. So this next game, very interesting, boys. Very, very interesting. What's going on there? New England Patriots at New York Jets. New England is minus 5.5. The total is 42.5. We have 2 rookie quarterbacks. This is quite odd to see 2 rookie quarterbacks and New England going into the Jets with a rookie quarterback, as I said, and they're minus 5.5. Jay seems hyped for this.
Who wants to go first? Okay, fine. I'll go first. I mean, Jay, you got something to say? Go ahead, man.
I'm gonna flip my script. Jets, Jets, baby.
Oh wow! Plus 5.5 the Jets.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. I was wrong. Last week I said what I said about what is that kid's name? Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson. I said what I said. I may have jumped the gun on him. I may have spoken too soon. Okay. Jets. Jets plus 5.5. Jets plus 5.5. Jets plus 5.5.
I don't like the lines. I don't like anything. If I'm betting in this game, I'm gonna put this in a parlay, and I'm gonna bet New England down to 2.5. I'm gonna take 2 points away. I want minus 2.5 on New England. I'm gonna buy myself back, but I'm throwing that in a parlay. I'm not betting that separate.
I like the over.
Really?
Yeah. Wilson, he was having a rough.
I know that's so I didn't mean to cut you off, Eric. You were elaborating. Jeremy gave you a look, and I was thinking the same thing. Like, explain this.
Wilson wasn't looking top notch last week, but the kid, he does show potential. He certainly does show potential. And again, 2 rookie quarterbacks, people are still trying to get synced up. I think the over at 42.5, it's not too unreasonable for that to happen. The spread, I don't like it because I feel like it's one of those games that could easily go either way. I wouldn't want to touch that spread, but I do like the over.
Some spread.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, I said I would not bet New England separately. I said that stupidly without not knowing the odds. They're only minus 185. I would I'd buy my points back. To be honest with you, I would buy my points back, and I'd put a good chunk of change on that. I mean, just look at Bill Belichick's record against rookie quarterbacks. It's unbelievable.
No, that's a good solid point.
Mine's showing minus 240.
For what?
New England money line.
Yeah, that's what I'm
What you were talking about.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about I would take a minus 2.5.
Oh, on the 2.5.
On an alternate spread. That's what I would do. Alternate spread for minus 185. I feel like they win this game. And my sole opinion is basically just on Belichick. Jeremy, what do you think about this one?
I don't like it. I don't like
Fair
this
enough.
game.
Let's move on.
No, sir, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. All right. Next game. This is a big one here. San Francisco at Philadelphia Eagles. San Francisco is -3. The total is 49.5. Jeremy, you didn't like the last game. What do you think about this game?
I don't like any of these fucking games. I only like 4 games.
I mean, fair enough. If that's all you got, let's not waste people's time. I don't like this game either.
I fucking hate this game.
I don't like this game either.
I'm bored looking at it.
Well,
I'm not even
elaborate.
looking at the game.
Why do you hate it so fucking much?
It just looks like a boring game. Partially because I fucking hate the Eagles, but I think they're going to do okay like they did last week. And I don't like it. I don't like the game. I don't want to think about it. It makes me physically move because I don't like it.
My thing is, you don't know who anyone is. The Niners let Detroit way back in the game, and then Philadelphia runs rampant last week, but it's against Falcons. Who the fuck are the Falcons? Jay, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Philly +3.
Fair. I mean, I'm not touching it. Eric, you're the last one. Are you touching it? You getting your toes wet?
No, fuck no. No.
Next game.
Oh, your team.
Oh,
Yeah. Then we need imaging for that too. It's time for Know Your Team.
I'm gonna need another beer for this one.
New Orleans Saints at Carolina Panthers. The line is New Orleans -3.5. The total is 44.5. We know who's going to take it away, so go ahead.
We're gonna get our shit pushed in. You just watch. You just watch. No, seriously. And here's my
Are
justification.
you
as
sure
to
you're
why.
not a Bears fan?
Here's my justification as to why. Right. So week 1, we played the Jets. Right. Well known for being an all-around shit team, one of the worst teams in the league. Right. And not only is their quarterback a rookie, they got a handful of players on their team this year that are fucking rookies. I don't know if anybody else watched that game, but our defense looked good. Our defense looked really good. I like that. My concern is that Darnold is not in sync with his receivers yet. And he's using McCaffrey as a crutch way too fucking much. When things are not looking good in the play, he gives it to McCaffrey because he knows that McCaffrey's the only one that's going to make some shit happen. He's the only one that's going to make some forward progress, even if it's just 4 yards for a fucking first down, right?
Breach.
So when you combine that with Darnold, I tell you what, the moment that he can actually sync up with all of his receivers and he has options on the field and he doesn't have to lean on McCaffrey to make shit happen, they're going to look good offensively. But it's also going to take the linemen on the offensive line, because the other thing that they let too much shit through. They just let too much shit through. And so Darnold just still trying to get in sync with his receivers and the offensive line letting shit through that shouldn't have gotten through as early as it did, and him getting sacked or getting panicked and having to ditch the ball or throw it to someone that wasn't ready to catch it. And we're going now, and that was against the Jets with a rookie quarterback and other rookie players, and we barely won. And now we're playing a team like the Saints. We're going to get our fucking asses handed to us. You mark my words, we will. The line at -3.5 for the Saints, take it, because it's going to fucking happen.
This is the game, Eric. This is the game, Flesh. This is the game that McCaffrey goes down.
No.
The rest of the season.
Bite your fucking tongue.
This is the game. I'm telling you, every point that you just hit on with I don't care if they're not as good as they were in the Super Bowl days, with a vicious defense, just notoriously bloodthirsty. This is a bad game for McCaffrey, Eric, for every point that you just talked about.
Because
I'm
everyone's going to
scared
be
for McCaffrey.
Because everyone's going to be looking for him.
I'm scared for his life, Eric. For that point, I'm taking New Orleans -3.5.
I'm not taking either. I'm going another anytime touchdown score. I'm going to go Christian McCaffrey at minus 165.
That's a
Before or
smart
after
move.
the ACL goes?
Unbelievable.
That's a
dude.
very valid question.
No, it's not going to happen. Not
Anytime TD for McCaffrey, that is a good fucking choice, though.
He's
Yeah.
going to get in. Jay, your thoughts?
Oh, I'm taking the Saints, baby. I'm taking the Saints. And I'm looking right now at player props at let me see. I want to see numbers. I want to see player passing yards. Ooh. Winston 238.
More.
I believe in Winston. I'm all in Jameis Winston, baby.
I can see clearly now.
Yeah.
The rain is gone. All right, let's move on. This next game, I'm in love with. I'm not even gonna lie. Not even lie. I will explain in a heartbeat. Denver at Jacksonville. Denver's minus 5.5. The total is 45.5. I will elaborate. Vic Fangio, former defensive coordinator for the Bears, will destroy Trevor Lawrence. He's going to throw so many different looks at him. It's going to be unbelievable. I think Jacksonville is a shit show. No one likes Urban Meyer. There's all these reports now during the week that Urban Meyer is going to accept the USC job and leave in the middle of the night, pull a Nick Saban. Like, it's everywhere. It's circling everywhere. He has to keep denying this. It's a total distraction. Meanwhile, Denver's coming in. And by the way, little icing on top of the cake here. Teddy Bridgewater always fucking covers. He covers more than any other starting quarterback in the NFL.
Hey, but did you hear what Miller said about him?
Vaughn?
Yeah, you see that thing?
No.
He said he gave him credit for, I guess it must have been like a halftime speech or something like that. He said that what he felt he hadn't felt since 18 was there.
Woo! That's Peyton Manning, baby.
Weird.
Yeah. And he's like that was something special. You got something special.
Yeah, it's in his pants. I don't know if you've seen Teddy's pictures, but it's whatever special's in his pants.
Flesh has a poster of Teddy next to his bed.
I do. If I just tilt my camera, you can see it. I love this game. I took him early. It actually dropped. I got him at 6.5.
I do like Denver on the spread though.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not excited for the game, I like Denver on the spread.
Yeah, I won't watch it, but I like Denver too. Are we moving on to Minnesota and Arizona?
I guess because Eric just went, that's all he dismissed it with.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
All right,
Moving along.
Minnesota at Arizona. We got to keep going through these here. There's a ton of games. It's plus 3.5 for the Vikings. The total is 50.5. I don't like this game.
I don't like it either. This looks like a tough one. It's like I told you all last week. I said Arizona's the type of team that can come out against Tennessee and look really, really good, and everyone gets really excited. And then the next week they lose to a mediocre team. Lo and behold, look who's on the schedule next week. It is the Minnesota Vikings. If this happens, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I got something special going.
The over.
You really think so at 50.5?
Thielen's going to score another 3 touchdowns on his own. The over is very savory to me.
I don't like it, so I'm out.
Yeah, apparently you're alone in that feeling, Jeremy.
All right,
The over is going to hit.
let's move on. This game is interesting. We talked about these 3 games off the top. Atlanta Falcons at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay are minus 12.5. The line is 51.5. I have a play for this. I like this game in one aspect.
Here we go again. Another line at 12.5. Like, what the fuck?
Let's go around real quick. We'll go Eric, Jay, Jeremy. Do you think all 3 of those teams are going to cover double-digit spreads? No. I say no.
Fuck no.
No.
Right, Jay, you're saying no too. So where is it? That's why I'm staying away from this one. I don't want nothing to do with the spread. What I do have something to do with is, you guys ready for this? What do you think about this? Antonio Brown, 2 TDs or more, 2 plus 750.
Sheesh.
I don't think Atlanta's going to keep up with him, and I think Tom is absolutely in love with him. I think Tom is just dying to throw this guy the ball. I mean, they are stacked all across the board.
It's very true. What about the other receiver that didn't get much love last game? And
Godwin?
Big in the Super Bowl. Not Godwin. Scotty
Miller.
Scotty Miller. He got no love last game. You think they're going to spread it to him?
No, because I would watch out for Mike Evans. Mike Evans didn't have anything. And Mike Evans really has some kind of big contract boost to where he can receive extra money if he gets over 1,000 yards. So
I could kind of see that happening because they're going to be putting double coverage on Gronk most of the time anyway, because everyone knows that Brady loves Gronk and that's his go-to whenever there's a chance to get a touchdown.
Yeah, agreed. All right, Dallas game. We talked about that already. Seahawks Titans. Does anyone care? I do not.
No, Seahawks.
Not really.
No, that's a tough one to call. I don't like it either way. Honestly, I would stay away from that.
All right,
I just don't know.
Seahawks.
All right, Jeremy has Seahawks. Let's move on. Kansas City at Baltimore Ravens Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs are minus 3.5. The total is 54.5. Jeremy, what do you like here?
Ooh, this is spicy.
Patrick Mahomes is going to tear Baltimore's asshole in 32 pieces. And this game is going to be over 70 points. This is an easy Kansas City
70?
over parlay. 70 points, Flesh.
Holy shit. It's a lot.
70.
I don't know about 70, but holy shit.
All that matters is that you hit the over anyways. That's all that matters. 54.5.
Yeah.
We talked about this earlier. We said, hey, this is kind of a rule that we lean on. We said, hey, if we see, two good quarterbacks on, playing each other and the numbers are in the 50s, this is low 50s. It could happen.
I mean,
that's scary though, Jay. Winston and Rodgers last week.
How often does Rodgers do that though? I mean, I'm glad to see him do it. I would hope that he'd do it some more, but
this is going to be unpopular. I'm taking Baltimore plus 3.5. I think Chiefs win by 3.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Really bad pick. I'm advising all the public to fade that pick.
Yes, I concur.
Really bad.
I concur.
Let me tell you something.
Why it's a bad pick?
I think.
Is he okay?
Let me learn you something.
Did you bump your head before the show?
Yeah. Did you get in an accident on the way home?
The Ravens came off that loss. The Ravens always play Kansas City hard. Always. Absolutely always. I'm taking Kansas. I think Kansas City wins by 3. Look, there's a superstition I have too, right? Are you ready? Patrick Mahomes' his entire career has never lost in the month of September. How long does that go on?
Do you remember?
That's my thing. So
that is a very superstitious look at things.
It happens all the time. It always breaks, man. And everyone's talking about it this week, how he hasn't lost, blah, blah, blah. I'm going Ravens plus 3.5.
Well, I think you're alone in that one.
Remember when Flesh lost his money in September?
All right, let's wrap this podcast up. We got to get going here. Detroit Lions at Green Bay Packers. Green Bay is let me give the lines first. Green Bay is minus 11.5. The total is 48.5. Listen, Packers are coming off a devastating defeat. I'm going Packers minus 11.5.
11.5? No.
0%. Flesh, you're 2 for 2 on bad picks.
No, it's 2 touchdowns, man.
Yeah, I'm with Jay.
It's 2 touchdowns, man. So if I word it differently and I say you can't see Rodgers angry and coming back and winning by 2 scores against the Detroit Lions.
No.
Rodgers doesn't have
listen
emotions.
to it that way. Listen to it that way. By 2 scores against the Detroit Lions.
Rodgers is a sociopath. He doesn't have emotion.
But look at him, dude. Detroit hasn't. Did you know Matthew Stafford the Lions never win in Lambeau
Without Goff.
Yeah, but that doesn't say anything about the spread, though.
Look, dude, look. This is my division. They kill them every year. And I'm going to say this right now. I bet $300 on the Packers, but I took the line down to 6.5 just to be safe. But I do think they cover 11.5. I'm with Jay. It's only 2 scores, or it's 1 score and 2 field goals. You're telling me you don't think they can get down there and get in 2 field goals?
No.
1 touchdown?
I like what you teased it down to, though. I like 6.5.
Yeah.
I like the touchdown.
Yeah,
6.5 is nice, but 11.5, fuck that. No, I don't.
You guys got to think. Aaron Rodgers hates being embarrassed, and he was embarrassed in Jacksonville, like when they played the Saints.
So fucking what? Aaron Rodgers, that's a whole different story. I don't think.
Look at his bounce back games, dude. He gets mad, dude.
Aaron Rodgers collects catalytic converters now for a living, so he quit being a quarterback.
All right.
What the fuck is going on with his hair, too?
I don't know.
He looks like a bad guy from a bad movie.
Let's go around bottom to top. We'll go Jeremy, Jay, and then Eric. Let's go with some set in stones, boys. Jeremy, what do you got?
Woo! We're going Cowboys. Plus 3.5 parlayed with the over. I'm doing it again.
I like it. I like it a lot. Jay, what do you got? You're on mute, Jay.
Jay, you have to
You're on mute.
You have to unmute.
Oh man.
Jay.
Sorry. I'm back. Boys, I'm going with the Rams minus 3.5.
I like it. I like that a lot. My MVP is going to come through for Jay.
Yeah, it's happening.
Just googly eyes. Eric, what do you got?
It's gonna be like I said earlier. My team's gonna get their fucking asses stomped by the Saints. I hate to say this. My set in stone is the Saints at 3.5.
Ooh.
It's gonna fucking happen.
God.
Yeah. I'm betting against my team. I'm betting against my team.
Oh no.
And just like Jeremy, I'm going to write a hot hand. I got a parlay for you. Let's go Bengals plus 0.5. Parlay that with the Denver Broncos minus 5.5. That's my set in stone. Fuck you, Urban Meyer. You're going down. Vic is going to fuck him up. That's my set in stone.
I'm really glad it wasn't the bottom 2 games that you were just talking about.
No, I did. But again, I do have a $300 bet, and I will post that on social media this weekend. And I will watch on Monday night as I slowly shit my pants.
Yeah.
Shit all at once. It's going to be like a slow leak.
Live.
Like, it's going to I can't get up from the couch, and I know it's happening.
Oh my God.
Should I have done this when I chose my set in stone? Oh, what the fuck?
Oh no.
Yeah. No, you should have.
It works when you're not live, I guess, but
That worked. No, that was great, Eric. You should have done that. All right, let's go across the room. Same order. Jeremy, final words.
Oh man. Don't fade me. Don't fade me, bro.
Jay.
This is the life I chose.
Eric.
I'm going to be a self-loathing Panthers fan this weekend.
Ride with me and Jeremy. We're hot right now. Jay's hot. I think Eric comes back this week, but I'm telling you, I'm locking mine in. And remember, you can't bitch if you don't bet. Oh, no, wrong button.
Good job.
God damn it.